Here at home, News 10's James Delafuente, before he went to that fire, he was speaking with a local nonprofit, also local law enforcement, to get a read on what's happening on immigration here. Take a look.
We are trying to make sure that all of our program sites are as safe and secure as they possibly can be.
Daniel Butterworth, head of a local immigration support group, says the order has impacted services here at home.
Allows ICE to go into sensitive spaces, which would include churches, all faith community spaces, schools, hospitals, and social service agencies.
Butterworth tells me his group RISE and others like it in the capital region are worried about the most recent influx of immigrants, as well as ones who have been here for a few years.
At the moment, the emphasis is on folks who have been convicted or charged with crimes, folks who did not check in at the border when they crossed and have not yet filed for asylum or temporary protected status. Anyone who has been charged with a crime is now vulnerable, not just convicted, but charged.
He tells me it would also include
folks who claimed asylum through the CBP-1 app, which was a legal pathway. Also, folks who are here under the temporary protected status program, and folks who are here under humanitarian parole, which is specifically folks from Afghanistan and Ukraine. The local resettlement agency has already received a stop work order from the federal government to cease operations on resettlement.
How many are we looking at in this area that you think could be concerned? Are we looking at hundreds of people, thousands of people?
So several thousand, but we don't know an exact number.
But the New York Attorney General says differently when it comes to law enforcement in New York and the president's executive orders. In New York State, we have laws that protect immigrants and limit cooperation with federal immigration enforcement efforts. Those laws should continue to be followed by all New York law enforcement and officials. But over in Rensselaer County, Sheriff Kyle Bergault confirms they do have a working relationship with federal partners and ICE. He does tell me, however, his deputies will not and are not participating in any active roundups or raids in the capital region. The sheriff went on to explain, whenever someone comes into our jail on unrelated charges, they are run through a federal database to see if they are watched by ICE for crimes committed in this country or in another country. The sheriff says it is no different than if we had an inmate in the jail who was wanted by another local police department. We would notify that agency. I have reached out to the U.S. Committee for Refugees and Immigrants on the order to cease operations here in Albany, and I'm waiting to hear back. Reporting in the capital region, James Delafuente, News 10, ABC.